I'm so honored. I really am to live in a community with you. I'm so Now, this is a time for vigilance, for remembrance. So myself and a few of my colleagues are going to say a few words, and we've set up a vigil over there with pictures. You guys can put candles, flowers, anything. But right now, my friends are going to say a few words. My name is Talia St. Hubert. I'm 20 years old, I'm an American, and I'm Black. Let's talk about human decency for a minute. Now, I would love to be standing here and saying that we, as a society, have achieved a world where all humans can live in a fundamental society where Black lives are free from systematic dehumanization. But no, we weren't angry when Trayvon's hoodie was left with a bloody stain. We weren't angry that a van kept driving with a comatose Freddie Gray. We were not angry when Walter Scott ran for his life, but we were angry when Kaepernick took a knee. We didn't pity Botham Jean, guilty of being an intruder in his own apartment. We weren't enraged for Samuel Dubose or Alton Sterling or Oscar Grant, but we were angry when Kaepernick took a knee. We didn't learn about Emmett and all the tears that slowly crushed his mother as she watched him die. We didn't care when the chopper hovered over the lifeless body of Terrence Crutcher. We didn't even pause when Ahmaud's son was gunned down in broad daylight on a Georgia street. But we were angry when Kaepernick took a knee. We weren't moved by Eric Garner. We forgot that he couldn't breathe. We had no outrage for his dying plea. Instead, we were too busy hating Kaepernick, hating him for the implicit gesture making it known that this land is truly not a land of liberty. We were so mad that we hardly noticed George Floyd dead beneath a knee. No one is born racist, just like no one is born funny. Racism, in fact, stems from so many different branches, whether it's the way you were raised or the way you see things day to day. These people are always all around us. They can be your teachers, colleagues, neighbors, or even worse, police officers. Let me take a moment to address those who believe that all lives matter. Here is the simplest way I can explain it. If one house on a block full of houses is on fire, a fire department rushes to help the house and the people being targeted by the fire. The other houses do not need immediate help. Now replace house with Black people and fire department with police. The Black Lives Matter movement does not imply that other lives don't matter. It's calling attention to the fact that society clearly does not think Black lives matter. Nobody is saying your life doesn't matter. No one is saying your life isn't hard. But you also don't have to worry about being murdered simply because of the color of your skin. You don't have to worry about sending your children to the store and praying to God that they return. You don't have to worry about having children and raising them in a country where society gives you privilege just for being white. You can be poor and you can be struggling, yet still the color of your skin is giving you more privilege than you realize. Now to my white brothers and sisters, here's an example of how white privilege sounds. You keep saying it's horrible that an innocent Black man was killed, but destroying property has to stop. Try saying it's horrible that property is being destroyed, but killing innocent Black men has to stop. You're prioritizing the wrong part. Your silence does nothing but hurt us. Now, I'm not saying the looting and the riots are okay, but we want to know what will begin to encourage change, because our message has clearly been continuously rejected. Let's continue to unpack the invisible knapsack that is white privilege. White privilege privilege is being able to walk into a store and find that the main displays of shampoo and pantyhose was catered toward your hair type and your skin tone. It's being able to turn on the television and see that people of your race widely represented. It's being able to move through life without being racially profiled or unfairly stereotyped. White privilege is not implying that white people have never struggled. It's not the assumption that everything a white person has accomplished is unearned. White privilege, whether you choose to see it or not, is a built-in advantage that is both unconsciously enjoyed and consciously perpetuated. You, my white brothers and sisters, become more likely to move through the world with the expectation that your needs will be readily met. You are more often humanized and given the benefit of the doubt, while us people of color live knowing that our needs are on the margins. You are more likely to survive. To the allies who are here today, thank you. Thank you for standing with us and fighting for us. Thank you for transferring the benefits of your privilege to those who lack it. Allies, thank you for acknowledging that while you too feel pain, the conversation is not about you. Your voices are powerful alongside ours. Thank you for amplifying the voices of those without your privilege. Thank you for recognizing that the next trending face on the news could be my uncle, your close friend's father, or your best friend. And finally, to my brothers and sisters of color, throughout our people's histories, we have had to contend with invalidation, oppression, injustice, terrorism, and genocide. These are toxic forces that have stripped us of our identities and taken away our dignity. It has made us second-class citizens and destroyed our culture and communities. It has murdered us and segregated our neighborhoods. Attempting to express this is generally met by disbelief. They ask us, where's your proof? Where's your evidence? When we attempt to provide it, we are interrogated about its legitimacy or told that we are biased or paranoid. After all, they say our nation is built upon life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It was founded upon the principles of freedom, democracy, and equality. But we know firsthand that rather than offer enlightenment, freedom, and equality, we are met with oppression, profiling, and death. For too long, we have not had the opportunity or power to express our points of view. For too long, our voices have not been heard. For too long, our worldviews have been diminished, negated, or considered invalid. For too long, we have been told that our perceptions are incorrect, that things are good in our society, and that our concerns are not supported. For too long, we have had to justify our existence and fight for our dignity and humanity. No wonder we are so exhausted, heartbroken, and angry. Yet, as people of color, we cannot let our fatigue turn into hopelessness, nor our anger into bitterness. It is important for us to realize that despite these indignities, we have persevered and become stronger. We have survived through our unified families and communities. We have survived through our perceptual wisdom. We have survived through our families. We have survived through our bicultural flexibility. We have survived through our ability to read the contextualized meanings of our oppressors. We have survived through our belief of the interconnectedness of the human condition. Unlike our white brothers and sisters who remain untested, we have demonstrated superhuman resiliency in the face of adversity.
Yes!
As persons of color, in light of the historical and continuing experiences of oppression, I even marvel at our ability to attempt to continue to live somewhat in a state of normalcy. When we begin to become tired and discouraged, when hopelessness seems to be the only feeling we have, when we wonder what good our actions are doing, we need to remind ourselves of the strengths and assets we possess, many of them taught to us by our ancestors. We need to take pride in the fact that our perceptual wisdom, our ability to rely on nonverbal and contextual meanings, and bicultural flexibility has proven to be keys to our survival. We need to listen to the words and wisdom of Maya Angelou from her poem, Still I Rise. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may tread me in the very dirt, but like dust, I'll rise. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still,